Great, I'm Alan Dale from Gale Force Winds, and I want to tell you, I'm having a wonderful time here talking to the good people in the career college system and their partners, those that are providing services in to their career colleges. And what we're talking about here is a great conference of the National Association of Career Colleges with Career Colleges Ontario all coming together to share some ideas. And on that note, why don't you introduce yourself, sir? Tell us what you do.
Yeah, hi, my name's Kevin Cochran. I'm co-founder of Enriched Academy. We're a financial literacy company. We work with hundreds of thousands of students right across the country. When it comes to financial literacy, we also work directly with companies, unions, organizations, and financial wellness in the workplace too.
So you provide modules around financial literacy. What do the modules look like?
The modules look like everything from a good defense when it comes to money and a good offense. So it talks about budgeting, net worth tracking. It talks about student loans. Because you know what, in Canada, it's kind of absurd. At 18, 19, whatever age we are, we're allowed to borrow tens of thousands of dollars with no idea how to pay it back, right? So, that sets up students in many ways for failure. I'm totally for student loans. I want to be very clear about that. But when you're borrowing tens of thousands of dollars with no idea that if you don't make the student loan payments on time, that affects your credit rating, right? If you got good marks, you still got to pay your student loans off. But as I said, we're really there to arm students with the right education to make sure that we educate them on how to use that money.
Yeah, so you put your modules into the learning network of the career colleges. And how do they access you? Do they go through the National Association of Career Colleges or Career Colleges Ontario, or do they come to you independently?
No, they go directly to the school because we work directly with the schools. We have a partnership with NACC, and which is amazing. Yeah. But the education is offered right through the school, in most cases through the orientation. Okay. And again, the average rating is a 9.2 out of 10 by students. Right. They love it. So not only because you think about money, right? We never learn about it. Like our parents don't teach us about money because their parents didn't teach us about money. The education system from grade 1 to 12 don't teach you about money, right? They're getting better, but they're still far away from what they should. And the banks do everything they can to hide how money works. So we're set up for failure. And this is what I love about NACC and our relationship with all the schools we work with. What the career colleges here in Canada are doing, they're doing something that universities aren't doing, that colleges aren't doing, that schools aren't doing, that banks aren't doing, the parents. This is a huge, huge space and void that I think the career colleges here in Canada are doing, and I think it's awesome.
And it's all about setting people up for success.
Sure.
And this is a heck of an investment for the college to make for their student, because the student becomes more successful at the other end, therefore the college becomes more successful.
Well, can I tell you an interesting story? The first career college we brought on was MEDX, Peter Dykstra. And I'll never forget, I sat down with him and he said, let me tell you why I'm signing up this course. He goes, if I could look 10 years into my student's life and realize that they were earning an income because of the education we provided, he goes, but that there was still no path for them to retire one day financially because they weren't armed, he goes, then I didn't do my job properly. And I'll tell you right now, that's what good leaders do, is they think that way. And I look at all the career colleges that we work here across Canada. That's what I'm telling you right now. It's amazing to see the leadership that these career colleges are doing when it comes to, teaching this critical life skill. Because no matter what you want to do in life, you got to learn about money. How many times have you used money today? Right. I've used it 3 times. Filled up my gas, got a coffee, right, and paid something online. Yeah. But we have no formal education whatsoever on this, something we use every day. Right. And it's the number one stress Canadians have is money.
Yeah. And these career colleges get it, right? They understand that they're giving people skills for right now, today. And financial literacy is one of those skills.
You got it. They're given unbelievable life skills when it comes to, it's amazing because you look at, as we dig deeper working with these career colleges across the country, it's unbelievable the fight that they have every day to get known by just the general public. The school system does not really promote these types of schools, which is crazy because it provides so much value, right? And that's why I think that this education, this financial literacy, I'll tell you right now, there is nothing that I've seen across the country take a more proactive approach than the schools that we're working with here in Canada when it comes to financial literacy, which is so exciting because it's real leadership. Like I look at the companies that we work with, or we work with the Boilermakers, Ironworkers, Carpenter Union, the NHL alumni, the OHL, the CFL, the Canadian Armed Forces, RCMP. So to have these career colleges we work with in the same category as all these unbelievable unions and companies and organizations really speaks volumes to the leadership we're seeing with the career colleges we work with.
And you having good success in there?
Unbelievable. You look at the schools that we work with, right? Their default rates are lowering, their dropout rates are lowering, the knowledge increase of finance has gone up, and the average rating is a 9.2 out of 10. So who loses here? Yeah. That's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, the offering is incredible.
Thank you.
So vitally important, and I think positioned at the right place, right at that point.
I couldn't agree with you more. Listen, I was a victim when it came to money. You know, I'm 47 years old, but 2 years after I finished high school, I was over $20,000 in credit card debt. I bought my first car on a credit card. I joke around that my credit got so bad that someone stole my identity. My credit rating got better. Right? That's how bad my credit rating was. And then you realize, because we're not taught about it. Like, we're not taught. It's absolutely insane. It's something we use every day. But honestly, it's almost like the system's built that they don't want us to know about money. It's better that you don't. I always laugh when the people say, banks should teach us about money. I go, no, they shouldn't. Their job is to sell you money, not teach you about it. Right? And, high mutual fund fees, all these things that we don't even know anything about, the average Canadian. We're going out there, and by the way, we don't sell financial products. We have no financial sponsors. We don't tell you what you should or shouldn't buy. So we have no bias. This is fully unbiased information. That's unheard of in Canada, because you see a lot of stuff out there like, oh, we're in schools, but they're sponsored by financial institutions, which at the end of the day, many of them provide mutual funds at ridiculous high interest rates, or MERs, commission rates, and people don't know this stuff. Yeah, so that's the void we're trying to fix.
Well, I can tell you, you're filling it, so that's great, and we appreciate you being on the show and telling us all about it.
I appreciate the opportunity. Great job.